Hello, everyone. My name is Mark Kageyama, and I'd like to welcome everyone here to Be Your Own Hero. I'm a stage 4 prostate bone and lung cancer patient slash survivor. Been dealing with cancer since early 2021, and I'm so thrilled to have gone through another year, 2024, and look forward to many more years to come, hopefully. And I am really, really excited about what's in the future, and I look forward to the future every single day. And with that said, I'm also thankful, very, very thankful for each and every day, and I hope that you are as well. And hopefully you've had a great holiday season and a very Merry Christmas and also a very happy New Year and a very, very happy 2025. I am so thrilled and so excited to have my friend uh, Ligia Chacon Hernandez, and she's from Costa Rica. And I love Costa Rica. Been there a
Mm.
couple of times. And so I'm going to hand it over to her. Please, Leah, please tell us who you are and a little bit about yourself.
Thank you so much. I'm really grateful and honored to be here, Mark. This means a lot to me. I'm Ligia Chacon. I'm passionate educator. I'm also black belt in Taekwondo. I like to train kids in this martial art. I am also part or I'm ambassador for a school. This is an online platform. So they try to give 100% free education for kids all over the world. I am also ambassador for My Body is My Body, which is a learning program. And this program prepare kids, and their mission is prepare kids for a safe protection and also body autonomy. And I mean, I'm really grateful to be here and to share so many things and so many experiences about this that are really important for me, and I hope they will help other people because I learn a lot, honestly. So thank you so much for having me here. I'm really grateful.
Oh, thank you for joining me. And I've known Lehia for several years now, and
Hmm.
she is a part of our cancer conquering community, a very, very important part. And
Oh yeah, and for me,
I think the world of her, and she's such a beautiful person. And she was recently moved from Canada back to Costa Rica, and and she's got a great things to share with us about somebody who was very close to her, her mother. And I'm so
um,
thrilled to talk about this because I don't get to hear
mm,
these kinds of stories very often, but when I do, I'm like,
mm.
yes, yes, this is very exciting. So let's
Yeah.
why don't we start off and why don't you uh, talk about your mother and what happened when she got cancer, when she was diagnosed, and what type.
Oh, I mean, my mom was amazing. She was diagnosed with bowel cancer like about 2005. It was a little bit hard moment because I remember the doctor said to her, "This cancer is very aggressive, so probably you will live like 6 months or 1 year because it's very very hard to see people surviving. In fact, this is a very rare kind of cancer. Of course, at the beginning, she was like, "What are I going to do?" But from the very beginning, she was so positive. She was so hopeful. She was really strong. So I always say to people, sharing about cancer for most people is not easy, and it's a little bit like kind of hard and sad. But when I talk about my mom, I feel so honored. So I mean, she was such a wonderful soul. She was really hopeful, happy. She was okay. Let's go again. We need to go to the doctor, and I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna get better. and go for that treatment. She was always, always willing to get whatever the doctor said. It was really amazing. Of course, the journey for people around her, like for example, in this case, it was my father and me. We were taking care of her most of the time, so it's not easy, of course. But I saw her so strong and always so happy that I couldn't be sad. It was hard for me to be like that because she was spreading happiness to everyone, even in the hospital. She was getting the treatment early in the morning and she was greeting everyone. Hello, how are you, Mister? How are you, Mrs.? And she was like, her face was so hopeful, so full of energy. It was amazing. I mean, I couldn't believe I was proud of my mom because she was incredible, incredible. Every year, of course, there was like a different kind of, how can I say, the cancer was spreading a little bit more to different part of the body. She got different surgeries, but every time she went there, it was amazing. We went to the hospital when she was just getting the surgery, and she was making jokes to the doctors. She was making jokes to the patients around her. I mean, it was incredible. So it was impossible for us to get sad because in front of her, because she was so hopeful, so amazing. So I was always telling to her, "Mom, you look so beautiful," and it is true. It is true. I never saw her like getting thin or getting her face was always so full of happiness. It is amazing. It's hard for me to describe, but I will say to everyone when I talk about my mom, I feel strong. I feel like, I mean, life can be enjoyed. It depends on the way we see life, right? Because I know she was suffering. I mean, her cancer was really difficult because I knew what she was going through during all those times. But honestly, it was amazing to see the way she was facing every phase, every stage. Even even at the end of the disease, I remember because the cancer spread to her brain. It was the most difficult part of the disease. So I knew she had like 6 months for living, and so it was a little bit hard because the doctor said to me, "There is nothing else to do. There is no treatment. We cannot do anything. Just give her a quality life like before we did, and to take care of her, to support her, and everything." But I remember to the end of the disease, she was like accepting everything with peace, giving thanks to God for every single day. She liked to eat cakes and everything she liked to eat. She was like, "Can you give me some cake? Can you give me this? Can you give me that?" So she was amazing. Being with her during those phases, it was really, really, it was nice to be with her, to take care of her. It was really nice. So she, as a patient, she was, wow, 100%. It was
So,
amazing.
what was your role? What did you do for her throughout all of this?
Oh my God, my mom, I was trying to be with her all the time as much as I could. I was since I was not living with her. I was living with my kids and my husband. So what I did, I called her several times during the day, as usual, because I always, I mean, in my case, my mindset is this: if you love someone, you take care of the person, whether the person is sick or not. So since I was a child, I was always taking care of my parents like an adult. So even before my mother was sick, I was always trying to take care of her and my father. So I remember I was calling her every time I have the chance to call her. We were talking about her experiences. I was trying like to invite her to come here to share with my kids. I was trying to take her to the parks, to other places that she didn't know, and to enjoy time with her. I was trying to visit her, and we were trying to enjoy, for example, Christmas time because she liked to decorate the house. So I was going with her there. She also loved kids
How
as
far
me.
away did you live from her?
We were living at the beginning. We were living like 1 hour, 15 minutes away. So it was. I mean, the place was a little bit far, but later I tried that she moved to another place, and when she moved to this place, she was like 30 minutes away from me. Yeah, she was, so it was very amazing because it was easy for me to go there with my kids. And I also, when I went to her home, since she loved kids as me, so I had to, I remember I took other kids, like my kids' friends, with me. So the house was full of kids, and the environment was nice for her. And everything she wanted to eat, I tried to get it for her, so that she was feeling like someone was really caring. But my father was always there for her. He was amazing, amazing, and very strong too. And my father, even he learned how to give small shots because, like, the injections, because she needed one per day, and sometimes we didn't get someone to do it, right? So since he was living with her, so he was doing that for her. It was, I mean, it was amazing. Of course, there were several times where, of course, it was really hard for us, for my father and I, and for my brothers and sister. But I mean, she was the strength of everyone there. She was amazing. She was
So was
incredible.
she always like that?
Yes, yes. Believe it or not, it was amazing. During some days, like weeks, or I think it was like a couple of weeks. She was not very conscious of everything, because since the cancer was spreading to her brain, so sometimes she was like losing some memory. So sometimes she didn't remember everything. In spite of that, she was always happy. I don't know how. So she was saying, "What happened this morning? I don't remember." She was saying, "So this and this happened, mom. Remember?" So then she said, "Oh, yes, 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 you're right." Oh, and then she said, "Who are you?" And then I say, "Mom, I'm your daughter." "Oh, yes, yes, yes. I need to recover some memories," she was saying. So then when the situation was getting worse, so we took her to the hospital so they can give him like kind of treatment, and then she was getting better. So she was recovering memory, and she will go again. She was like the next day, she was like anything happened. She was amazing. I mean, I never, never, never saw her like losing hope, or like saying, "What is this happening to me?" No, no, she was incredible, incredible, incredible. You know what? Even I could say she was making jokes. I mean, sometimes I couldn't believe I was saying, "Mom, how are you saying that?" I will tell you something very funny. My father was bald, right? My brother, yes, my brother was also bald. So, so many people lose hair when they get in the treatment, the chemotherapy. So one time I remember she was wearing a handkerchief on her head, and then she was saying, "See, now I am bold again. So this is the bold house, the house of the bolds." She was saying, "What? What are you saying? That see, everyone is bold here." And she was laughing. Oh my God, this is the thing I was saying. Oh no, my mind was incredible. She was never, never, never feeling like I'm looking bad, or I'm looking like ugly because I'm bold. No, no, she was always like, getting things like in a positive, positive way. She was amazing. I mean, uh, even if I tell you this story, 9 days before she passed away. Of course, after that we were really sad about it. And then I remember my father was checking some things in her room, and he found a small notebook. And then he said, "You know what? Your mom was writing a diary during her disease. Even she was telling what was happening during the chemotherapies um, days with other patients and everything." So she was saying, I remember one phrase she wrote in the diary, and it's for me, it's like a lesson for me for all my life. She was saying, like, it was like a prayer. So she was saying, "Thank God for bringing me here today. I'm here this morning because I need to get a treatment. But the most beautiful thing of being this morning here is that I can talk to other people. When I'm getting my treatment, I have some people around me so that I can spread hope to those people. And that makes me feel like this is a precious moment for me. Thank you, God, for letting me be here with other people who are not hopeful like me. I mean, see, I remember everything she said that day. Of course, she was writing in Spanish, but it's amazing. That serves for me as a life lesson every single day because this is amazing, right? This is
Oh,
amazing.
absolutely. Absolutely. And it, hearing all this just brings a smile to my face. It really does.
Yeah, yeah,
Because, to hear you say, and what's fascinating to me is, this is a decision she made on her own. I mean, we live in a different world today in
mm,
almost 2025. It's 2025 essentially. And we have support groups and cancer conquering community and all these different groups that
yeah,
we could associate with. And she had nothing then except for her family,
mm,
right? And so,
mm-hmm,
I mean, to hear somebody going through cancer and having that kind of attitude back then, which I consider to be like the Stone Age of cancer because it was so long
yeah,
ago. It's just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal.
yeah.
So, my next question for you is, how did the way she approached her cancer journey, how has it affected your life?
Of course, it was really tough for me. I never tried even to cry in front of her. It was hard, but I never cried in front of her, and especially because she was so positive. So, and then because of my father too, I needed to support my father. So it affected to me a lot because I was feeling like like helpless, like I cannot do anything to disappear this disease. Sometimes I felt like angry with this disease because I was praying God, oh, how that if we could do something, to avoid or to at least to cure this disease, but we couldn't do anything, right? So it really affected me a lot, especially when I was here at home. I tried not to cry in front of my kids. So I took some moments for me when I was alone to cry and to pray God and to be prepared for the next steps because every single news that we received, I was the one who was receiving the news. So every appointment, every different every different like thing that the doctor wanted to say, every time I was there with her. Or sometimes like the last appointment, I was alone with one of my nephews, but it was really hard to be there and to listen everything, and to know that we needed to be prepared for what was going to be the next scenario for her and for us too as a family, because mom, our mother is everything for us, is like the foundation, the basis of our family. So it was really hard, but I'm also grateful to God because when my mom got sick at the beginning, I prayed to God and I asked just one thing. I just want to see my mom. If she has to go through this, I don't want to see her with any kind of pain, any kind of pain. I don't want her to see depressed or with a strong pain. And it was like that. It was like that. So that was so amazing that I never saw her with pain. I never saw her crying or, complaining. Never. So at the end of the days, what happened? She was just sleeping until she fell asleep. Finally, she was like, passing away, but she was not with any pain. She was peacefully and also spiritually. She got closer to God. that was very important for me too. Very, very important.
I'm just so inspired hearing this.
Yeah,
And I know that it's a memory that's very vivid in your mind with the way
yeah,
you
yeah,
describe things like that, and uh you are so truly blessed to have had your mother because she
yeah.
is very, very special. And
She was amazing.
mine is very, very special as well. She's got a very positive attitude, and so to hear it from you, it is just so uh, it's fantastic. It's really fantastic. And
It's very inspiring, right?
oh,
What I think.
absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah,
To hear the way she handled that at a time when, um, it, I'm actually blown away because I hear so many stories of,
yeah. Her story
people
is amazing.
back then, way back, before t today, cancer is so different than it was back then because, we were all, I don't know what it was like for you in Costa Rica, but when I was growing up, cancer was like taboo. And,
Yeah,
if somebody got cancer, it was a death sentence. And
yeah,
I think in today's world, it's something that we do not have to accept at all. And, with
yeah.
our group, the Cancer Conquering Community,
It's
and
amazing.
with other cancer warriors, you see that it can be overcome. And there are different
Hmm.
ways to overcome it. But one of the most important ingredients, as far as I'm concerned, is having that attitude that your mother had, which is
Yeah,
just absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And
yeah, because you're right. She didn't have this kind of resources like having just a little bit of support at the hospital, but it is not the same, right? She had our support, but I would like sometimes when I in the meetings of our cancer conquering community, I think about her. You know, the reason why I am there mainly is because I love all of you, but also it's a way of honoring her memory, right? It is a way to take, so in the way we take grief into action. So we are here instead of being like, sad about the people we lose before. We are hopeful to help other people so we can like make kind of a network of care for others who need support, right? So it is kind of, like keeping her legacy alive. So when I get connected and we have those amazing meetings with the cancer conquering community, uh, my happiness is so profound, mainly because I feel that she is there with me, that we can help other people, that we can gather together and we can help others to have hope and that they feel that we are stronger together, right? So
I am, you know, you're basically uh, you're keeping her memory alive, and which is very important, because our parents are uh, you know so incredibly important to our lives, and all the things
yeah,
that they did, raising us from being little children to through school and through adulthood, and one of the things about being a parent, and I know you know this as well, as you don't stop being a parent when they move out of the house. You're a parent, uh, for life, and
yeah,
it's an incredible responsibility, and it's a responsibility that she uh, continued through her passing. And I'm just so inspired to hear.
Mm.
that, the way she lived, and I would have liked to have known her and to hear that because it's so rare. It's so rare to
Yeah,
hear
it's true.
of people having that kind of attitude, We know some people in today's world. Russ Hedge is one, as well as some of the other people involved. But to hear it with somebody back then who didn't have the tremendous support that we have today is
Yeah.
just so inspiring. It really is. What is, through her cancer journey, what is the most important thing that you took away that has helped your life?
It's all about courage, and it's also all about love. But you know why? I remember her first question when she got the first diagnosis. So I went up to her hospital room, and she was alone with me. So then she said, "You know what? They say I've got cancer, and the cancer is very aggressive." But she was not like serious or anything. She was like making a comment or anything. So then I say to her, then she said to me, the only question I have is what is going to happen to all of you if I die? So she was worried now about that she was going to pass away, that she was going to suffer. She was worried about all of us, about her grandchildren, about my father, about her sons and sis and her family, her daughters, her sons, anything, right? So I think this is all about love because what she showed me is the way she loved her family. In fact, the two last pages of her diary, they talk about us. They was she was like writing kind of blessing for all of us and giving to every one of us a small advice, like taking care of you, please take care of your kids, or like my brother, take care of you. I will be praying for you. Please be kind. And so, if in summary, if you read the diary, you see her love for her family was so big that maybe sometimes I feel her love and her hope. What was the reason that she remained every time she was feeling sick? She remained positive because she want us to be positive, to feel peaceful. She want us not. She didn't want us to feel sad for her. So for me, when someone asks me about what is the answer for this or what is the solution for this, so I say what the world needs. Maybe it sounds like is maybe utopic or something, but what the world needs is love, love for others. If you love other people, of course you need to love yourself first. But if you love others, this feeling gives you strength to to keep moving forward, to be strong, to change your mindset to a more positive mindset, right? So this is, of course, the courage she had, incredible. I always proud of my mom, always. But mainly, I think it's all about love, the love that she had for us. So
You know
it is
what's
incredible.
fascinating is everything you said, it was never about her. It was always about her family. And and
Yeah.
and her thoughts are there, which is absolutely incredible. You've got such a beautiful heart as well as just like your mother. You
Thank you.
really do.
Mm.
And you have a big heart for kids. Uh, and you do a lot of things, a lot of things that you do it is featured around children. So, with that being said, I want to close out this interview, and it's just been really, really an honor for me to hear about your mother and the way that you've shared about, what she went through. So my final question for you is, if you had the power, and you do have some power in this question,
Mhm.
how would you help make this world a better place for everyone?
That's a wonderful question. You know, everything starts within, right? If you are authentic, if you are if you are loving to other people, everything starts within your environment. So if you show love to your family, like your kids, your immediate uh, like relatives, right? It's like a chain, right? For example, if you use social media, and if you use social media to spread love, so this makes the world a really, really, really better place. If you help kids, for example, to learn not only like a lesson for social studies or science, if you tell kids or teach kids about values, core values like empathy, compassion, love, you make this world a better place. If you have hope about humanity, you make this world a better place. And I know we can do it. We can do it. Everything starts within us. To have inside of our heart just love and that desire of making our surroundings a better place, right?
I really appreciate your answers and your just handedness in answering these questions. And I owe you an apology. And the apology is because we should have done this a long time ago. We
It
we
is
really should have.
amazing, right?
Pardon me?
Mhm. It is amazing to share. I mean, my mom's story, I always think is different. So that is why, I mean, being part of cancer conquering community on other groups, it means a lot to me. It means a lot. It has a very, very profound meaning for me because it is the way that we spread a different kind of like mindset about what is being sick, right? So thank you so much for letting me be here, Mark, and I hope we can help some more people because that's the legacy,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely. If we can even help one person, if one
Yeah,
person sees this video and says, okay, that is incredible. I think I could do that. Just helping one person, and that's how we start. We start one at a time, and we
yeah.
start building on that from one. And you touched on social media, and you have a great influence on LinkedIn, and just keep being who you are, because who you are is
Thank you.
absolutely amazing. And thank you
Thank
so
you
much
so
for your
much.
time. And it's been a true blessing and a true honor. Thank you, Leah.
The same
So
for you.
thank you. And with that, what I'd like everyone to do, I'd like to thank everybody for another year. And this is going into year 5 of my YouTube channel, To Be Your Own Hero. And please make a comment in the comment section, subscribe to the channel, ring the notification bell so that you get videos. I post a new video every single week. So please look out for them. And I hope that each and every one of you uh, can grab at least a little tidbit from this wonderful interview with Ligia, and who shared an incredible experience with her mother, and we want to keep her memory alive. So thank you everyone for joining us, and we will see you next week on To Be Your Own Hero. Thank you and take care.